In this video, we're going to be teaching you how to keep her obsessed, hooked, coming back for more, wanting more, needing more, craving you. And here's how to do it. So stay tuned for this video.
If you're new here, my name is B.
And my name is Jessy.
And we help women heal themselves from the inside out. We use things like breathwork, energy work, and conscious coaching. So if that sounds like a good time, hit that subscribe button and stick around for more videos.
Okay, we're going to get right into it. How to keep her obsessed with you. And really, the foundation of all of this, guys, gals, and they, thems, is friendship. Creating a friendship. When you're out there dating, maybe you don't have anybody yet. Maybe you're searching for someone. Maybe nothing's quite sticking. But the key to any long-lasting, intimate, deep, obsessive relationship, beautiful relationship is friendship. Hands down, I'll die on that hill. Being friends first.
But not to be confused with getting in the friend zone. That's like the caveat that I think a lot of people can kind of like teeter. Yeah, and then if you're playing it like too nice and laid back, then you could be more in like the friend category, and then it's really hard. It can be hard to get out of that. So the key is to like be forward with your feelings in a way that feels good for you and good for the other person, but also keeping a friendship, a basic friendship there.
A basic friendship. And two, like, you know, I feel like it was natural for us, and it will feel natural. I think it's when you start dating someone and it becomes a little bit more serious, you're gonna like be playful. It's just like that natural thing that's gonna happen, and like maintaining that friendship is key to the longevity of your relationship that you're trying to cultivate with this person.
So the other piece of how to keep her obsessed with you is truly like probably not what you think. It's not like these like cool like moves that you have, or you're like so suave and you have so much finesse. Like all of that can be important. You know, I love a little swag. Hello. But it really comes down to like respect and like having admiration. Like when someone has like is admiring you, like I admire my wife so deeply, like for her story. Like I know her so intimately. I know her strength, I know her courage, even her weaknesses. Like I admire all of it. Like that keeps me obsessed with her, and the respect that I have, the mutual respect that we have for one another, that is just like gold in a relationship. I'm telling you.
And to produce this kind of admiration and mutual respect too, like you were saying, you know my story very deeply. That's going to require you to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're going to have to open up in ways that you've never done before, and get comfortable with being uncomfortable and learning how to trust this person. And it's just it's gonna create this connection that is just, it can't be matched. It's unmatched. You're gonna feel so deeply interwoven with this person, and not on a codependent level, but on a healthy level, just very intimately connected and obsessed with each other, and you value each other's opinion and your stories, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. So if you're like newly dating someone, obviously like you don't want to trauma dump like on the first date and get like super intimate and super vulnerable about like all of these things. But it's like, you know, you're peeling back an onion. Like over time, like you start to like talk about like these things that you've been through, you know, like Jess, maybe not a couple dates in, maybe like 7 or 8 dates in, you know, told me things that were super, super vulnerable. And then I was already liking her so much because she had been, you know, sort of vulnerable with me before, but then this just added like a level of depth that I was like, oh my God, like she trusts me, like I respect her, like I never would have thought she would have went through something like that. So like be mindful that you're sharing about you, but also asking about the other person. Don't just be sharing, because that gets annoying.
That's a
then
turn
it's
off.
like,
yeah, that's a turn off. Like you have to be invested in the other person's story as well and curious. Like, you want to know this person on that intimate level. You have to be curious. You have to come forward with the questions. It can't be all about you. And like, that's something that's super sexy when you're like curious about the person you're dating and you're not like bringing it all back to you. Like, especially when you're asking a question. I understand like wanting to be relatable, but just like sitting with whatever they're saying and not trying to conjure up a story like, oh, this is how I relate to that. Just like hearing them, being there, seeing them, understanding them. Yeah. It's super hot.
And asking like follow-up questions. Like on our first date, first of all, I was so nervous because I got there and she was like even hotter in person. And then like she just was curious. She was being herself. She was asking me like questions about me. And to be honest, I've been with a bunch of narcissists, so I didn't really understand what that was like. No, but it was like, oh my God, this person is into me and I'm interesting and she finds me interesting and like this is really cool. Don't underestimate the power of a question.
So the third thing we want to share is showing up with presence. Like, this person has your undivided attention. You're not like on your phone. You're not dismissive. You're not like totally in a different world, like dissociative. Like, you are totally present, invested in them, and giving them your undivided attention.
And honestly, something that's probably very unexpected, I don't think that you're going to guess this, but I'm going to give it to you, is that the number one most important thing to keep her obsessed with you is that you must be obsessed with yourself. And not in an egotistical way, not in a cocky way, in a deep self-love, self-worthiness way. Because the more that you are working on yourself and putting in that time, attention, love, care, nourishment to yourself, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, that creates an energy of magnetism. And we actually have a video on having a magnetic aura. We'll link that below. But once you're essentially just like doing this and like building up that frequency, everyone's just going to be like turning their head like, oh, what's going on with that person? Right. Whoa, what do they have? Like, there's just something about your aura that is so magnetic. And if someone's not magnetized to that, they're definitely not your person, and you don't want them to be magnetized to you.
No, you don't. Like, it's going to be that there's this effect when you walk into a room, you walk into a new place, and everybody's like head turns to look at you, and you're like, why is everybody looking at me? It's because you have that magnetic aura, that magnetic energy, and people are being drawn to your light. And I can tell you from experience that I would not have attracted her had I not put in the work into myself. Had I not cultivated immense self-love, had I not done the inner work, I would not have been in a place to attract my human.
Same. We were both working on ourselves more deeply than we ever had before in our lives. And that's why we were in a place to attract one another. And so that is the number one thing. And we continue. It's not like we did the work and it's like, oh, I got my soulmate, I'm set. No. It's a lifelong journey. You keep doing it and 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 doing it. And it's a constant cultivation that requires your presence and your discipline and your devotion, rather. And that's what really keeps them around.
That's what keeps them coming back for more. That's what keeps them obsessed with you. That's what keeps them hooked on you and not looking for any other external validation from anybody else. Like, nobody else really exists, right?
Yeah. I'm a Jessian.
You heard it here first. So, if you like this video, make sure you like it, hit the subscribe button, stay tuned for more videos just like this and beyond. And as always,
take what you need, leave the rest, and go love yourself.